Bullitt chopsticks, the tactical K-bar chopsticks, using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee at the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am the Sultan. We will get started, but first, coffee. This is a Trader Joe's French roast done in a percolator with a little bit of cream, and the sweetener today is xylitol. That doesn't spike your glucose. Nice.
Nice. My God, that is the best coffee I've ever tasted.
Ah, man, that's good. Getting a little bit chilly outside. Fall is here. Here we are at the end of September. It's all good. For those of you that are in business, remember this, that people pay more for a transformation than just a mere transaction. How is your product or service going to transform them? How is it going to literally take them from looking and feeling one way to looking and feeling another way? That is what they are buying, is that experience, the thing that's going to change them. Otherwise, wherever you work, did you know that people will pass 10 of similar businesses to get to you if you offer a transformation? Think about that. I love this line from C.S. Lewis. Don't you like a rather foggy day in the woods in autumn? You'll find we shall be perfectly warm sitting in the car, Jane said. She'd never heard of anyone liking fog before, but she didn't mind trying. All three got in. That's why Camilla and I got married, as Deniston said as they drove off. We both like weather. Not this or that kind of weather, but just weather. It's a useful taste if you live in England. However did you learn how to do that, said Jane. I don't think I should ever learn to have liked rain or snow. It's the other way around, he said. Everyone begins as a child liking all weather. You learn the art of disliking it as you grow up. Noticed it on a snowy day. The grown-ups are all going about with long faces. But look at the children and the dogs. They know what snow is made for. I'm sure I hated wet days as a child. That's because the grown-ups kept you in, Camilla said. Any child loves rain if it's allowed to go out and paddle about in it. C.S. Lewis from the story That Hideous Strength. Isn't that the truth? You don't run in out of the rain or snow naturally. You only do it because you're told. Otherwise, you'd be out playing in it. That's the way we are. We like to be safe and dry. I guess you're not safe if you're wet or if you're in the snow. I heard it once said there's no such thing as bad weather. There's only being inappropriately dressed, which is why I dress for the occasion. I look at the weather report. Is it going to be a sunny day? I'm going to wear a hat. Is it a cooler day? I'm bringing a sweatshirt or a sweater or a jacket. Is it going to snow today? Well, there's going to be gloves and a scarf. But I'm definitely going to have layers, no doubt. Well, this is true that misinformation and propaganda fly long before bullets and missiles ever do. That being said, everyone who you think is the bad guy is most likely the good guy, or at least not as evil as our government is portraying. As has been said many times, the first casualty of war is the truth. I love this line by Jerry Cantrell from Alice in Chains. He says, you emulate your heroes, then after a while you find your own sound in your voice. This is the same in social media. If you are starting to have a channel or Instagram or TikTok, and you want to do content that's similar to like what I do, develop your own voice, develop your own sound. The goal is not to sound like your heroes, like your mentors, like me. The goal is to have your own voice, your own sound, and bring your personality forth. And that's what works, is that when the truth is filtered through your personality, it comes out different. Otherwise, you're just copying someone else. But the idea is to develop your own voice. An esthetician friend of mine told me that the minute a new client sits down in their treatment chair, she could, with a high amount of certainty, tell if they drink alcohol just by looking at them, looking at their skin. It shows on the face, and even more than those who bake themselves in the sun, alcohol shows on the face and neck. Pretty interesting, right? That an esthetician who just works with people's faces all day long can tell who drinks alcohol just by the face. And that's just basically another way of saying it has negative effects on the aesthetics of the face, on the beauty. And I'm not talking about like sloppy, drunk drinkers. People who drink alcohol, period, are dehydrating themselves. You know, I'm very seriously considering going alcohol free completely in my lifetime. And that has been an interesting experiment. Socially, it's been interesting because there's a lot of people who don't want me to do it. And they're like, well, moderation is the key. Well, duh. I already do moderation, and I'm thinking of not doing that. Adam Mandelbaum put out a book recently called Survive the First Five, Keeping Your New Business Alive. I'll put a link for it down below. You know, Mandelbaum is a regular guest on the show here. He's got a lot to say about business. And at this present time, he's offering it for free. It's called Survive the First Five Years, if you're going into business. And I'll put a link for his book down below. You should get it. I started out a couple days ago saying I'm going to be doing the Friends Making Better Nutritional Decisions Challenge. In other words, not having alcohol for 30 days to rationally create an alcohol-free life. So I ask, are there any friendly acquaintances here that want to stop including alcohol in their life? I want to do a Zoom call maybe once or twice a month, a free Zoom call for those that want to try not using alcohol and see what it feels like. I think I had my first sip of beer when I was probably 3, 4, 5 years old, which means that I've been drinking for 60 years. I have been using alcohol for 60 years, 6-0. That's a long time. I have never known a life without it. Now, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm not a daily drinker. I never got into a car crash. I don't get into fights or anything like that. I have just utilized alcohol for 60 years. Interesting thing here. And I wondered what it would be like to not have it in my life. It hasn't caused problems that I'm aware of, anyways. I don't have an addictive personality, so it's not going to be difficult for me, if there actually is such a thing as an addictive personality. I am 100% rational in my desire for health, longevity, looking good, optimizing my physique, biohacking. This is not like a 12-step group. I'm not doing AA. I'm not calling myself sober because I'm not an alcoholic. If you just want to stop using alcohol in general, then this Zoom call is going to be for you. Too many people that I know and respect are quitting alcohol. This is not some Zoomer thing. This is not some trendy thing, quitting alcohol. This is after drinking for decades. I drank more than half a century, and I want to quit. I just don't want to do it anymore. Not interested. I like tea, all kinds of tea. Got dozens of teas from all over the world that I can pair with a cigar or a pipe or just have by myself. I don't need to celebrate or calm down with a cocktail or anything like that, as much as I enjoy them. But it's going to be different from person to person. So I challenge you. The people that I know and respect who stopped using alcohol, their success exploded exponentially in the past 2 years. Literally. These are people that I was neck and neck with. They stopped drinking alcohol, and guess what? Economically, they are better than me. Physically, they are better than me. And it made me think, what are they doing that I'm not doing? Or what are they not doing that I'm doing? I'm willing to say it's that they don't anesthetize themselves with a substance that helps them relax. They don't reward themselves with a substance that decreases their body's ability to burn fat by 30%. I'm not interested in having that in my life. So I'm about to go alcohol free. Are you with me? Here's a guy that commented on one of my videos. Relationships are about forgiveness. Family, women are emotionally insane and would leave a man over their own intrusive thoughts. It's okay to forgive and take your ex back. Ooh, you already know what I'm thinking about that one. I'm just saying I would only take her back under certain circumstances. This is crazy. This guy actually made a case for taking your ex back if she cheated on you. Because it's about relationships. It's about forgiveness. My Lord, there's still men who would take back a woman who cheated? How desperate and low self-esteem does a man have to be to go back to planting seeds in a field that other farmers are plowing? Emotions, my friendly acquaintance, are your enemy. Sentimentalism is a trap, and one-itis is definitely a thing. I love this line regarding pipe smoking. He says, a cigarette is a quick flirt. A cigar is a needy girlfriend, but a pipe is a faithful, loving wife. How's that for some imagery? I love what Rich Cooper says. In the not-so-distant past, she was wife material if she was a virgin, tattoo-free, had a good family, was feminine, under 25, religious, had homemaking skills, was agreeable, could cook and clean, and wanted his children. Most brides today are none of those things. I had two women that were all of those, but I was not smart enough to realize that. And that was well over 40 years ago. You live and learn, man. Live and learn. Bro, you set the tone in a dating scenario, or there is no dating. She doesn't tell you how to conduct yourself, when to call, where you're going to go, etc., etc. There's plenty of men out there that she can be a mommy to. You're just not one of them. She'll tell you she's spontaneous on one side of her mouth, but then on the other side of her mouth, she says, well, I need ample notice. Like the woman who says, oh, I just throw in jeans and a t-shirt and I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm okay with just a simple night on the couch watching Netflix. How long are you going to be? Give me 2 hours. Wait, I thought we're just going to sit on the couch and watch Netflix. It's going to be 2 hours. Okay. All right. Take notice of things where there's conflicts. Don't believe what a woman says. Believe 100% of what she does. That's it. I never believe what a woman says. Never. Just never. When she starts telling you that she needs extra time to get ready, that's just the beginning of her making rules for you. And that's a slippery slope. If a woman desires you genuinely, there's like real desire. I've been telling guys this, man. Guys like email me privately and stop trying to pick my brain. If you want coaching, it costs. It costs money. I'm a coach. You become a client. I help you as a professional. Stop trying to pick my brain. What you're really saying is I want to pick your wallet. You don't work for free. I don't work for free. That's probably why I haven't gotten back to you. If you want serious professional coaching, I'm more than happy to help you and be your advocate. And those of you that have done that, you know what I'm talking about. If a woman desires you genuinely, she will break her own rules. You ask her out, but she says, I made other plans because you didn't give me enough notice. Just decisively move on, my brother. She showed you that you will never be a priority. Captain Savaho will always allow a ratchet to tell him when, where, and how he can spend his money. Ghost her immediately. Men have zero issues spending Friday, Saturday, Sunday alone, riding a motorcycle, enjoying a cigar, hanging out with a bro, shooting pool, ordering out, grilling a steak, watching Black Mirror on Netflix all weekend. Women, on the other hand, they got to fill up their weekend schedules. They're obsessive about not having things to do on the weekend. God forbid if they actually have to have silence or no attention. A man can get up, say, screw the shower, screw shaving, scratch his balls, sit on his back deck or porch, read a book, smoke a pipe, have a cup of coffee that he roasted, and have a great day. The minute a woman starts making rules for you, I'm not talking about just preferences, I'm talking about rules, because there is a difference. It sets a bad precedent. You don't fear growing older alone or just with a few friendly acquaintances. Men don't. Women are terrified of it. There's 3.5 billion women in the world. Seriously, never stress out over one of them. Gentlemen, you have more choices than they do. Wake up.
Wake the fuck up.
Sure, we like beauty. Sure, we like softness. Sure, we like the feminine touch. Sure, we love curves. Sure, we love breasts and hips and butts and all the good stuff that comes with a good woman. But it's not worth listening to her plan for you. Let Chad have her. Somehow, 10x the money that you would have spent on her that night. Let's say you're going to go out to dinner. Simple dinner. Let's just say a simple dinner for two somewhere. And we'll make it so humble. We'll say Cracker Barrel. All right. You go to Cracker Barrel, you spend $70 with a tip, $70, $75. Okay. Rather than doing that, take that $75 and invest it. Turn that $75 into $500 somehow, some way. During your time off on your back deck, sit out there with your phone or your laptop and find out how you can invest money. Think about this. If you spend 75 to $100, let's just say $100, because one of those dinners is going to be halfway decent. One of the dinners that you take her out to during a 1 month period. So together, in a month, you're going to spend $300 to $400 on a woman. That's just the way most guys operate. Take that $300 or $400 and invest it into something, and turn it into $1,000 cash flowing assets. Don't buy stuff, don't buy things. Either buy cash flowing assets, buying something now that will be worth more money a year from now. Simple. Assets that are appreciating, not depreciating. Or purchase an experience, because houses can burn down, things can get stolen, but one thing that can't be taken from you or burned to the ground are the memories that you purchased and that you created. So spend your money, and they appreciate in value. Memories appreciate in value in your head. It's a nice thing. But think about this. What money have you spent this week on things that are going to be worth nothing tomorrow, next month, next year? Put your money only into appreciating assets, things that will naturally get more valuable in time. That's the highest and best use of your money. And enjoy that cigar. Well, I've said this in the past, as a woman's body count increases, and they don't give a shit about body count. We do. They don't. Her ability to love will decrease. You will always feel lonely next to a girl who's been with multiple men. It's an absolute fact. When she leaves you, she hooks up pretty darn quick. Do you really want that back? Smoking a pipe with a black cherry or cherry aromatic tobacco is basically pressing the pause button in life on the daily grind. It's a mini vacation. Now there's your vacation. When I used to go out to a certain biker bar, some of you have met me there, I would fire up a bowl. Halfway through the evening, I'd be surrounded by people, mostly by women, asking about it. I'd be the only one there smoking a pipe, but it smelled great and people loved it. Over the years, some men have confessed that it helped them kick the smoking habit, and they actually enjoy the ritual of pipe smoking and puffing and not inhaling cigarettes. Then you discover pipe smoker fiction and stories from Christopher Morley, who is my favorite, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, writing Sherlock Holmes, C.S. Lewis, J.R.R. Tolkien, Hemingway, Emerson, and Twain. Then you start appreciating the pipe smoking characters that they created in their stories. I love this line from Sherlock Holmes. My dear Watson, this is quite a three-pipe problem, and I beg that you won't speak to me for 50 minutes. His pipe smoking helped him solve crimes. But it was a three-pipe problem. That always cracked me up. I love this meme. The boy says, Mom, I'm scared. I don't want to go to war. And the mother says, honey, quit being selfish. I want a woman president. All I have to say is, blessed are the peacemakers, not the warmongers. You know what the biggest cause of relationship problems is and failure of marriage? It's not cheating. It's not snoring. It's not old boyfriends or girlfriends coming back. You know what it is? It's financial. This is why couples need to get their financial act together. It's not a very romantic topic now, is it? It's not fun to talk about money. But guess what? If you don't talk about money before you are married, you're going to have a crappy marriage, because what makes that marriage go is money. No matter if she says to you, sir, I don't care about money. I don't care if you're rich. I just love you for you. Really? When the bills come in, when shit hits the fan, money is going to keep that household above water. If you can pay for your house cash, fantastic. If you can't, start working towards it. If you have to put a large down payment down and finance the rest, okay, fine. But the reality is this: cash makes a marriage work, a modern marriage. Do you have two cars that you're making payments on? When I was married, we had no cars that we were making payments on. Both cars were paid for. And what are car payments today? They're minimum $500, minimum. For an average, even a used vehicle, they're $500 or more. New vehicle, $700, up to $1,000 a month.
What?
Add insurance on that, you got to have full coverage. That's another $250, $300 a month.
What?
Cars are expensive.
What?
And they are money pits.
Wake the fuck up.
You could take let's just say you could take a $20,000 car, purchase it, because anyone can purchase a car. Your monthly payments are going to be $400, $500, $600 for 60 to 75 months. At the end of that time, guess what? That car that you bought, that's $20,000, that's $22,000, is now worth $7,000. But how much did you pay for it by the end of that loan's term? You paid over $40,000.
Wait.
That's more money than the car was worth when it was new. So at the end of a loan, and think about this, you don't own the car, the bank owns it for those 6 years, for those 75 months. The car went down in value, but your obligation went up. You just paid $40,000 to $45,000 for a $20,000 car.
Wake the fuck up.
It's not a wise decision. This is why you have to have conversations about money. Money can destroy a marriage.
Wake the fuck up.
Or any relationship. Remember that divorce and breakups can feel like the end, but it's really a new beginning. Rebuild yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, and you'll come back stronger. I think there was a line by Richard Bach. What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls a butterfly. Man, that is beautiful. Just when you think it's the end of your world, God can take that chaos and that disruption and turn it into something beautiful. But when you're going through it, it doesn't feel like it, does it? After divorce or breakup, focus on your growth, hit the gym, read more, master new skills. Life's not over, it's just a new chapter. And guess what? You are the author. So turn that page, and what are you going to see? It's a blank page. You get to write the script for your life. Make sure you write it differently than the life you had before. The pain of divorce and breakup is real, but so is the power to rebuild. Take that energy, turn it into strength and growth. If you are rebuilding after divorce, prioritize your health. Start with small habits: prayer, fitness, walking, clean eating, eliminating alcohol and drugs. That's going to be the foundation of your transformation. Divorce is tough, but so are you, even if you didn't know it yet. You must be stronger and tougher than the thing that's trying to kill you. Use this moment of divorce and breakup to sharpen your mind, sculpt your body, and reconnect with your purpose. What? You don't have a purpose and a mission? Get one. This is your time. Step number 1 to rebuilding after a breakup: heal. That's the first job you got to do. Get your mental game together. Step 2, hit the gym. Find your passion, rediscover who you really are, because you need a comeback story. If you don't have a comeback story, you're only going to have a setback story. Job loss, divorce, health challenges, they don't make you any less of a man. What defines you is the comeback. Remember, it's the comeback, not the setback. The lessons learned and the character built and becoming a better man. That's what tough times do. They don't have to erode you and tear you down. You have the quote unquote magical ability to take hard times and utilize them to make you better. So, what are the reasons why I am the go-to coach that helps men with breakups and divorce, or want to leave relationships, and all the stress and distress that accompany that? Why am I that guy that people seek out? Number 1, I have real life experience. I have openly shared many of my own experiences about divorce, recovery, and breakup, and I have genuine insight and empathy for men that go through things. Number 2, I focus on masculinity. I emphasize the importance of reclaiming and redefining your masculinity after you've been castrated by life's bad experiences, helping men regain their sense of identity and purpose after a breakup. Number 3, emotional intelligence. I teach men how to process emotions in a healthy way, offer practical advice on managing grief, anger, and confusion before, during, and after a breakup or divorce. Number 4, I do have an action-oriented approach. I encourage men to focus on self-improvement, whether it's physically, mentally, or financially, helping them rebuild their lives and thrive after a setback. That's called the comeback. Number 5, I help guys with a mindset shift. I stress the importance of adopting a growth mindset, helping men see divorce not as a failure, but as an opportunity for personal growth and transformation. Number 6, there's tailored advice for men. My coaching is specifically designed for men, addressing the unique challenges that men face in relationships, divorce, and rebuilding your life. And finally, number 7, community building. I foster a supportive online community of builders. This is the largest gathering of builders, not destroyers, who are going through similar challenges, offering both guidance and solidarity. You can't find a woman who is a builder if you are not a builder or have a builder's mindset. Build what you say, to build something that will outlive you. And if you are a couple, build something that will outlive both of you. And my final word of wisdom for the morning: taking her back is like rereading an old book, but expecting a new ending to that story. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.
Do you have a son, a brother, a friend, a young man that you know that's going down the wrong path, and they need coaching and mentoring? Because you know, the people that you're close to, they're going to listen to everybody but you. If you have someone that you know in your life, I don't care what the age is, and they've made bad decisions, they've suffered the consequences of bad decisions, whether it be a bad marriage, bad divorce, losing a job, maybe being in jail. I can tell you right now,